seating capacity somewhere around 7,000, and it's going to be the house is going to be wide open with two rivals, and the game is about to be underway. They'll The ball will go to A&T as it went out of bounds on the jump. So the game is underway, John.
Well, Spencer, we also see right at the starting lineup, you have Gonzalez and Williams in the starting lineup, along with Scales and McGowan at the inside. But we haven't seen this much this year, and I'm sure Coach Paul trying to go with size and see if this size can take advantage of against the team against North Carolina Central.
Well, North Carolina Central, right now they're in the catbird seat, as you would call it. They've got it all. They've had it. And they were upset last week by Savannah State, and that wasn't really a big surprise because those guys could really shoot the three.
Yeah, the game that we saw against North Carolina A&T on this past Saturday, I tell you, it was three bombs ringing all over the place.
Gonzalez doesn't need much to go to the basket. He's looking at the bucket all the way, so you don't have to worry about trying to get him to shoot.
That's the truth.
In the last three games, he's averaged around 20 points.
Started the game off with a turnover.
Didn't get the shot away, and on the other end, an easy layup.
One thing you don't want to do is start off the game with a turnover, and that's the first thing that he did. They did a good job of trying to slow the pace of the game down, but you can't wait that long and end up not getting a good shot. Great defensive effort that time by North Carolina Central as well.
Okay, got Scales on the outside, and he can hunt on the left-handed shot. No good off the glass. And under the bucket, McGowan got the rebound in. Gonzalez is right there.
And Gonzalez and McGowan both, and Scales both were there on the rebound on the missed shot by McGowan.
Scales and McGowan both are two of the top rebounders in the conference. Working around low, McGowan's on the challenge, and you got both guys in, and you're scared that they might at any time, get quick fouls, and you don't want that to happen with both of them in the game.
You're right. And that time they did not do a good job of boxing out Dickerson. Dickerson got his own rebound and put back.
Driving the right side and up and in. Austin Williams scoring for A&T. And we've got it tied at 4-4. Williams challenging on the outside. He's challenging Graff. All the way in and near blocked by A&T, but the rebound was picked away.
Tipped
and
up
laid up and in.
Kyle Benton. An offensive putback.
6-4. Gonzalez again working on the outside. A nice bounce pass, and McGowan with a stuff. Very nice assist by Gonzalez.
I'll tell you, that's how you want your post player to finish too as well.
Tight defense on the outside. Central manages very well. And a steal by A&T's Hunt. All the way. And he gave it up at the end, and I believe it's going to be Central's ball. He was coming in, I believe, from the wrong side.
He really was. He tried to get back to that side, but very well scouted, knowing that he was going to come back to a strong hand.
So Central will put the ball in play, along Graff in the backcourt, along with Devin Dickerson. At the top of the key, had a notion but changed his mind. Nice bounce pass underneath. And an easy layup for Kyle Benton.
Okay, not only the shot was easy, is that all of their shots have been close-in shots.
Gonzalez goes in, but he kicks it back out and shooting. Shots up, no good. Gonzalez there for the rebound for A&T. He'll go all the way, and he lays it up, and he rolls off the rim on the left-handed side.
Well, one thing we know, Gonzalez is going to go to the basket, and he can use either hand, left hand or his right hand, going to the basket.
Yeah, some players, John, you have to coax them and get them to shoot, shoot. But with Gonzalez, you don't have to worry.
You're
If he's
exactly
got
right.
a small opening, he's gone.
Yeah, 73% free throw shoot on the season.
First one is good. Eight to 7. He can tie it with this one, and it rims in and out. One man to man, 1-3-1, and they up under the basket, and they broke right through it very cleanly.
The second
It wasn't
consecutive.
much of a challenge that time.
The second consecutive time where number 25 for Central was able to come out and get an easy basket like that. That's Benton.
Hunt with the ball on the far side. A little body contact there and closely guarded and slapped out of bounds and nearly had a steal.
Get our first media timeout here, Spencer, here with 15:45 to go.
Well,
Aggies trailing 10 to 7.
Well, a lot of action, John. 10 to 7.
So this is going to be very crucial for them here. There's a 3-point lead now. You don't want to trade basket. You want to try to get some stops here.
That's just A&T's ball, and Central is very aggressive on defense. I mean, it's a tight man to man, and the jump shot by Hunt. He pulled up and shot the teardrop, make it 9 to 10. Central, 3-point shots on the way, and he's fouled.
Wasn't smart at all by Williams. You know, the shot was not going to go in.
Austin Williams is a veteran player, too. He's had a lot of games this season. He's started just about all of A&T's games. So a fellow like that, you wouldn't expect him to make a 3-point error this early.
Misses the first
That's
one.
It's Madison on the line. Madison is a 60% shooter, and he missed the first two, and what a big break for A&T.
Only his and missed all three.
All three.
How often do you see that,
So,
Spencer?
so he got Williams off the hook.
I'm telling you.
Looking for a screen, couldn't get it. Got it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez wants to drive. Double teamed on the outside. That leaves Williams open. He finds Gowans under the bucket, open by himself, and was fouled on the way up, the fans thought. But the ball goes over to Central.
See, I think McGowan tried to go up with too much power that time. And
down in the corner, wide open in the corner. Gonzalez high up for the rebound. And the Aggies are running.
to the right.
Hunt. 3 for Hunt. Sam Hunt that puts A&T ahead 12 to 10. Aggies working that 1-3-1 zone and got help on the outside that time. A&T all the way from McGowan off the glass. And it's going to be 2 points for McGowan. And the fans are going wild here early in the game.
I tell you, you thought that McGowan would have given the ball up and gotten it back, but he said, you know, at this point in time, I feel.
And A&T, I thought that they were calling for a timeout. Everybody's going towards the bench.
Yeah.
I momentarily forgot that's the way A&T aligns themselves for the free throws. They put one man on the line, that's the shooter, and everybody else drops back into defense.
Well, one thing, you should get beat in transition that way if you send somebody back on the free throw.
Only when you're playing Savannah State.
You're right.
Over on the left side, double teamed almost and pulled. Driving left side of the lane, bumps into an Aggie, and that's coach wants traveling. The whistle, and I believe the foul is going to be called against A&T.
Laura Hamilton.
So Hamilton picks up the foul. That's his first.
Okay, let that happen.
And an easy shot under the bucket.
See, that time he stepped right inside of Hamilton that time, used his size to shield him off.
Kyle Benton. Benton is one of 3 players that started all the games for Central this season. From the corner, air ball, but right there to pick it off was Aaron Scales. And Aaron tried to put it back up, but he was fouled. Missed the layup, but he'll shoot 2 from the line. A&T enjoying a 3-point lead against the number 1 team in the league, North Carolina Central. Scales' first shot is good.
Coach Jay Joyner should be kind of pleased with how his team has been playing thus far. Spencer here knocking down free throws and doing a pretty good job holding Central to only 12 points just so far.
Okay, Aaron Scales was not a high percentage shooter from the free throw line, but he was 50% that time, 1 of 2. A&T by 4 at 16-12. From the wide open on the right side, 3-pointers underway, and the long rebound was garnered by Central. Drove for the basket, then kicked it back out, and a soft jump is no good. And rebound fought for this time. McGowan clears it away for A&T. Gonzalez working down the right side. He fires it. No follow-up rebound. Central has it. Now, you know, sometimes those long rebounds, if you follow it up, you might have a chance for a second shot.
You're exactly right.
Many players have a tendency to feel that it's going in, and they start dropping back right as the ball leaves their hands.
You know, most of the time with a long attempt like that is an offensive rebound outlet pass for the visiting team.
Okay, Central put the ball in play on its own basket. Got it under the bucket, and foul is going to be called on A&T. I believe it'll be Scales. When the big man gets that close under the basket, it's almost impossible to stop, but you automatically you put forth an effort, and 9 out of 10 times you're going to foul.
Well, not only that, too, is this is about the 3rd time where they've been sneaking in behind against that Aggie defense.
Okay, on the line for Central is Will Ransom.
Wow, he's a man you want to foul. 23% free throw shooter. It's only his 15th free throw of the whole season here. Knocks both of those down though.
Just as soon as you mentioned that, 16-14, A&T with a 2-point lead and the ball. Found McGowan close to the bucket. McGowan wants to turn and jump, and it's partially blocked.
Yeah, that's not the type of shot you want to see McGowan take right there.
Good movement with the basketball. Down low, kick it back out, and the 3-pointer was no good. Tapped over into the A&T bench. Aggie coach got the rebound. And his team with the ball, and there's a timeout on the court. A&T's basketball. North Carolina Central has gotten most of their scores in the paint. I thought that last one was going to put A&T on the line. Nice pass underneath and try to get it back out, and another steal. Sometimes it's best to shoot the ball when you're that close in, John, but A&T got the rebound. Nice pass to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez misses the layup, but it's followed by McGowan. 18-14.
See, McGowan is playing a magnificent game here for Aggies here.
3-point effort's on the way, and he drains it. Patrick Cole. Aggies slowing it down a little bit now and working on the outside. Tried to pick up a screen, but he got it bounced back out to Hunt. Hunt wants to work to his left side, but he's being double teamed on the outside. But there's McGowan under the basket. And then
nice
another pass was great. Owana scoring for A&T.
I tell you, if he can score some baskets for us here, but he don't get a whole lot of playing time.
Owana came out of the blue from the corner. That looks good from here. 3-point shot's good. That's Ron Traps. High score at 20. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Hamilton on the outside for A&T, down low and trying to go up for the basket, but was smothered by 3 Central players.
I'll tell you one thing, McGowan's going to have to know where the defense is on his attempt.
Well, he didn't have much of a chance that time. I thought he might have been fouled, but the good defense by Central. So we go back to the outside for A&T. Nice move and a drive to the basket, and the left-hand shot wouldn't go in.
So they don't have to do a better job of pulling up and stop challenging.
3-point shot. Patrick Cole. And Gonzalez on the other side. He's fouled as he crossed the lane. So Cole picks up the foul on the other end. And A&T is getting Aaron Scales back in the game.
What they call it on the floor. Both teams with 4 personal fouls here in this first half.
Okay, Scales gives it to Gonzalez. Hunt. Hamilton down the Scales, low, and Scales threw up a left-handed, but rolled off the rim, rebounded by Central. Down in the corner. Another 3 by Central. 26-20. It was 6 unanswered points for Central.
And it's all been starting with the defensive end for North Carolina Central here.
Hunt on the left side. They wanted to drive, pull back, threw up his left-hand jumper, and from 3-point range, it's good. A much-needed 3 from Sam Hunt.
I tell you, Sam was able to get a little space.
There are better 3-point percentage shooters on the NT's team, but he's the most effective of all. Woo! And he got Hunt in the air, and Hunt is down on his left side. He came down hard on his left arm, and he's a left-handed shooter.
Yes.
So that's everybody, all the Aggie fans will collectively hold their breath because they don't want anything to happen to that young man tonight,
Well,
and especially tonight.
Yeah, not only that, too. That's his second personal foul as well, too, Spencer, tonight.
With 8:12 remaining in the first half. So he's got to be very, very careful. As we talked once before, a man of his stature has to play smart basketball because his team needs him. Drive to the bucket off the glass, no good, but the rebounds foul up, fought for Central, and a blind pass underneath. What an assist.
I tell you, they're doing a good job themselves is making sure that they get the ball to the open man. They'll find an open man.
Yeah, Reeves was right there. Gonzalez looking for a screen. It went down the right side, and the whistle blew. And I believe it's going to be a timeout requested by North Carolina Central. Early here, they have been very, very effective in the last 3 or 4 possessions.
They have. They are 4 out of 7 from behind the arc. Aggies are 2 of 5. Both teams are dead even with rebound, 12 apiece.
Gonzalez makes a move and
13.
a whistle along the baseline.
16 foul against the Eagles here on tonight. Next foul is going to put the Aggies in the bonus the rest of the way.
Okay, the Aggies put the ball in play under its own basket. Scales gets it out to Hamilton. Amari can shoot the 3 as well, John.
Yes, he can.
He just doesn't take the shot very often. There goes McGowan, Gonzalez. That was a showboat shot, but it was very effective.
Yeah, I tell you, he has some nice moves getting to the basket.
Gonzalez has another year of eligibility at A&T. He's transferred in here from 2 different schools. Nice spin move. Shots up off the rim. No good.
It's his own rebound.
He got his own rebound and a whistle.
I think that foul's will be called against Pratt.
That's his first. And Central will put the ball in play under its own basket. 28-25. Central with a 3-point lead. North Carolina Central. Shot from the key is very good. That's Reeves scoring for the Eagles.
One thing you notice that North Carolina Central do a good job of sharing the basketball.
Hunt pulls up, throws the left shot up, no good. And on the other end, up 3, no good. Cleared away by Aaron Scales. Scales and McGowan collaborating, giving the ball over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for the basket, but good defense blocked him out. Gives it back out to Amari Hamilton. Good bounce pass. He wanted to give and go, but Central wouldn't let it. The defense kept it from happening. And shots taken right at the 4-second mark. And a foul is going to be called on Central. And Coach Moulton is about to have a fit on the sideline.
Yes, he is. Call that on Ron Trapp on the side. That's his first personal foul.
Hunt had made somewhere around 50 free throws up until last week and came off the bench.
It's a little cold.
Had it broken last week. So Williams comes back in the game for A&T. Downtown, and it's good. Patrick Cole.
But Patrick Cole is shooting from the hash mark.
Back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has just about taken over the game for A&T. He and Hamilton in the backcourt, but he controls the ball. Aaron Scales with a short jumper. Eagles basketball. Man under the basket by himself. Shots up. A&T came away with a rebound, and they didn't foul, John.
They did. Great defense that time.
They had him in a very precarious position. Gonzalez goes all the way, and Gonzalez is hot tonight. 33-29, 4:42 remaining in the first half. Exciting ball game thus far.
Yeah, you're right.
Giving 7,000 fans their money's worth. A&T shifting defense and a collision, and when it's a collision out there like that, the foul is usually called against the defense. Hamilton committed the foul.
That's Hamilton's second person foul as well.
That's one. Graff was on the line. (34-29). He ranks about 10th in the league in free throw shooting, and you can see why. He's a 77% shooter.
Both of those look real good as well, too, Spencer.
That extends the lead 35-29, 6-point lead. Enjoyed by North Carolina Central. Aaron Scales on the outside gives it to Gonzalez. Drive down the left side and off the glass and good. Amari Hamilton.
That time Hamilton saw a little daylight in the lane and was able to use his left hand and get inside and score a much needed basket for the Aggies here with 3:50 to go in the first half.
They cut it down to a 4-point lead. A&T in that zone. From the outside, in and out, McGowan up high for the rebound. Gonzalez, nice bounce pass, and a good block by Central. An outstanding defensive play. And with that play, our timeout has been 31. Getting their first in. When you look in the paint scoring, Central it got that's the way they got theirs in the early goings, but here lately A&T is getting theirs in the paint.
They are, and they have taken the lead in the paint, 18-14.
From the corner, no good. Rebound fought for and cleared away by North Carolina Central. And a drive to the right side. And he kicked it back out. Deep three-shot attempt. Down court to McGowan. McGowan all the way with an easy layup. Just a straight layup. You don't see that too often from a man who breaks away from the pack. You see a stuff or a showboat jam, but that time he cut the score to 2, 35-33.
Well, it's good to see him get out and run, to get out in front of those guards, outrun them as well.
Yeah, it's good for me, man. I like to see those two big men in that together, but the North Carolina Central comes right back with a score of his own. That's Austin Pablo Rivas. Amari McGowan. McGowan looking to drop. Amari comes around the right side. He throws it up, no good. Central did a good job of screening out that time. Will Ransom presents a big body under the bucket. Kicks it back out. Scales with the rebound. Over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will take his time and walk down the court. Clock moving, a minute and 32 seconds before the half. Gonzalez looking to drive the lane, but he got inside, worked his way, used his body, and got an easy shot in the middle.
I tell you,
37-35.
Yeah, Gonzalez is keeping the Aggies in his ball game between him and McGowan. Those two are the ones why the lead is only a 2-point game because of the play of those two.
Where has he been all season, John? 3-point shots on the way, no good. Aaron Scales with the rebound. Aggies doing a great job of rebounding defensively. And the clock is rolling. And the fans want A&T to just hang on to the ball, take the last shot. Well, they can't take the last shot, but they can burn as much time as they possibly can to keep the scores as low as they can. And a great move. If he had made that one, boy, it would have really been done.
Yes, it would.
On the other end now, on the line, DeJuan Graff will be shooting. 28 seconds left. He rolls it in.
I tell you, coming back down, you would like to see the Aggies spread the court a little bit and play for that one last shot. Don't allow Central an opportunity to try to come down and score.
He makes both.
A good ball handling in the ball game. So
North Carolina Central enjoying right now, 4-point lead. Amari Hamilton being challenged on the outside. Gonzalez wanted to come out and set a screen, but he couldn't do it. Hunt with the ball, being double teamed on the left side. Hunt drives, he throws it up, no good. McGowan under the basket, no good. The ball rolling around and cleared away by North Carolina Central. At the glass, at the buzzer, off the glass, no good, as the desperation shot fell short. And that's the end of the first half, with North Carolina Central enjoying a